Hey guys, welcome back. DeFi, degens, drip, and farm for poverty. I'm your host, Drip Coach, dropping knowledge bombs on all Forex Shark related projects. And in today's video, we are going to be breaking down the drip sacrifice challenge, covering the absolute truth behind, are we just exit liquidity for the whales? Was this just some elaborate plot from Ray and the other whales to just get the community to rally behind so they could just dump on us and claim out in the background? And we're going to cover all that and more in this video with the facts so you guys can know for sure what's going on behind the scenes. So I'm actually still in this Animal Farm accountability chat. This popped up about 6 months ago when the first FUD came out, when we paused the Animal Farm, or the piggy bank botting thing, and then didn't get launched when we wanted to. Anyway, this group came out and basically I already covered a video on this, but they accused Forex of secretly minting extra pigs or pigs in the contract and not telling anyone. Then they called Forex out on it. Then he was in the chat, and that's where that funny clip comes out where he's like, shut the fuck up, this is Forex. But anyway, this group has been around since then, and they do cover other projects, but for the most part, they focus on Animal Farm and drip and claiming that Forex is a scammer and all this stuff like that. So I pop in here from time to time just to see what the temperature is. And like I said, other projects like Elephant Money and Stable Fund and stuff like that, they've covered that. OPT, all these things that have been modified, rugged, hacked, shut down, whatever. They do at least throw shade at those as well. But anyway, off of this video that Ray put out, there has been a lot of chat in here from them discussing this. And one of the comments, or a couple of the comments we're going to get into that are legitimate questions that you should ask. They're not necessarily asked in the most objective way, but they brought up some good questions, which made me decide to do some digging. So one of these people, I don't know who they are, says, what the fuck, how does this make sense? Someone help me understand. Aren't people just throwing the money away by sending to the vault? I can't wrap my head around it. Throwing your money into the vault so others can claim and sell it, a permanent loss of your funds for a temporary increase. I don't get it. Ray wants to slow inflation until Forex can roll out whatever he claims to be rolling out for drip. Obviously, he's claiming the drip sent to the vault from other wallets. So that's something I saw in my chats. People are like, yeah, it's just a false pump. The whales are going to be selling behind the scenes, or whatever the case may be, from other wallets. How does this make sense? It doesn't. Claims from the vault increase relative to the total debt owed by the Faucet, which in turn grows exponentially at the user hydrating average rate. Anything put in the vault leaves almost immediately on ever increasing claims. That's this from the dripnetwork.ca, basically saying that, yeah, as we add more players, I've showed you guys this over time, the more people we add, that just does compound and add more sell pressure eventually. But that's where the other stuff comes into play, but we're not covering that in this video. Vault balance has been in 40K range for a few hours, will get eaten up pretty quick. It's been pumped to 150K and gone back to zero within 2 days span before. People have short-term memory over their little echo chamber. The Faucet claims, not including airdrops, are over 200K drip per day. I've already covered this on my channel. That's not true. It's been substantially less than that. What other? There was some other questions in here. Let's see. Then they added this post from Ray where he was showing some huge sells. This was covered on his channel, where he said that we were attacked and survived the attack. This is insane to see that someone is selling this much drip in such a short time frame. You're talking 20,000 drip, basically. A little less than 20,000. So it's 15, 16, 17,000 drip or so. That is crazy. So there are definitely some forces behind all this, and of course, you know, not everyone's going to be on board with supporting. They're just going to be all about getting out whatever they can. They don't care about the rest of the community. So I'm sure there are some as Ray would say, meth head, evil meth head hater empire, and even some whales that are in and they just don't really give a shit about anybody else. That is exactly what happens on Wall Street. So why would crypto be any different? Here's the last one I wanted to bring up. Drip sack scam. What the F is this scam now? Sending drip to the tax vault neither lowers the circulating supply nor does it burn any tokens. Do these people just enjoy being lied to constantly? So this is reference the what Baby Grinch put up, Papa Grinch now, the burn on the dripfi.app. So we're going to address these two main things: throwing money away so someone else can claim, and sending drip to the tax vault neither lower circulating supply. So let's first start with, how does the burn actually work? So there are three ways in which you can participate in this drip sacrifice. So it's getting a bad rap, one, because it's being labeled a burn due to what Baby Grinch put on his website. Let me pull that up. So here on dripfi.app, you have this link that says burn. And what's actually happening here, and I'm going to do it later on in this video, you're not burning it. Drip is actually being sent to the tax vault. So a burn is when drip is sent to a dead address. There is actually a drip burn address. Let's see if I can find that real quick. Here we are. This was the one that was created in the very beginning of the contract when Forex first started burning drip and then decided that wasn't worth it. So the contract itself does not actually have the ability to burn. Burning specifically by definition means you are removing the tokens from supply. Technically, if you send them to any dead address, so you can make up any wallet address that's not a real one and it will be considered dead. Most of them just do this zeros followed with dead at the end or null at the end or something like that, which is not a real wallet, meaning no one has access to it. You can't get this out. So these tokens are still being counted in the total supply, this balance up here, total supply. So no matter how many we actually send to that wallet later on in the future, starting right now, this number will always be inflated. There's no way to get it back down to 1 million because there is no burn mechanic built into the contract. So that arguably is kind of true what this person was saying, that sending drip to the tax vault neither lowers the circulating supply, but he says circulating supply, but he may be referencing or trying to say the total supply. So that is true. It does not lower the total supply sending it to the tax vault, nor will it lower the total supply if you send it to this burn address here. But what it is doing, let's go back to the first page, if you do it the number one way in which Ray was recommending everyone to do. So his recommendation was to come here to the native DEX and buy drip. Remember, when you buy drip from here, it is taking it from this circulating supply. This is the circulating supply of the native DEX of drip. If you take it from here and then come over here to DeFi, dripfi.app and send it, what will actually happen is the drip will be sent to this address here. I labeled it the vault address. So it will actually show up here. This is where all of the tokens are being paid out whenever you claim drip. Also, whenever you buy and deposit, that 10% goes to here. Whenever you claim and sell, 10% is coming back to the vault. So that's this address. So we can verify that this does actually work by looking at the circulating supply. That's this right here, 956,000. Let's look at that analytics. Here we have it. Circulating supply 957,000. I haven't refreshed the page, but you can clearly see that we did lower the supply. We were at 1.14 million. We dropped down to 918,000, and now we're at 956, 957. So clearly this person in the Telegram doesn't know what they're talking about. Sending drip to the tax vault neither lowers circulating supply nor does it burn any tokens. It clearly does lower the circulating supply. You guys can see this. I'm not making this up. So help educate the fudders because they don't know how to read the blockchain. So this circulating supply of drip, which is this exact number here, this is the circulating supply, has indeed been reduced verifiably on the blockchain. Why? Because again, Ray said buy from here and then send it to the tax vault. Now let's find out if it's being sent to the tax vault. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the tax vault contract. So remember, that's this third address here with 281,000. Before I refresh, I open up the analytics and come over here to the chart. You can see this number right here, 301, but it's gone down since then. Let's refresh this so this is more accurate for this video. Actually, that's because this doesn't go all the way out to right now today on the chart. But you see here the balance 281, and let's zoom in here, 2022. So there we go. So it's still showing a 301 because it hasn't reflected, but you do see now this is 281, and then you come over here and you'll see, you come back over here at the vault and you see the 281. So clearly it is actually removing the tokens from the circulating supply and they are getting added to the tax vault. Now, as I said, it is not lowering the total supply. So maybe it's a typo and the futter just doesn't know the difference between the two, but clearly he is wrong. Now, let's address the real question. Are you exit liquidity for someone else? Because I showed you that, or Ray had in the chat that attack where someone claimed, roughly 17,000 drip. So clearly someone did, benefit from this. This actually happened on chain, but who's to say it's not the whales behind the scenes or whatever? And there's no way to find that out. So disclaimer, TLDR, I don't know whose wallet is whose, but let's look at the numbers and find out, would you be able to benefit if this was the case? So let's take a hypothetical. First, let me show you where I got this from. So I come over to dripnetwork.ca and I look at like wallet sizes basically. So we see over here that a lot of people have between, 1,000 to, plus wallets, right? Wallet token size in their Faucet balance. And then also looking at the claims, we see that that's where the largest amount of claims are, between 1,000 to 2,000, and then 2,000 to 3,000, and then even down here, 1% at 900 to 1,000. So what I decided for this hypothetical is to say that someone at this stage in the game would have about 1,500 drip in their wallet, right? So Ray originally posed the request that you burn 1 drip per day. So that would mean that you actually went onto the market and purchased drip and burned it. And that would be the absolute cheapest way to do it. 1 drip per day, buying it with fresh capital and sending it to the burn address. But what I did for this example instead was looking at, one, what would your wallet value be at after all this? So on 27 December, it was 64 cents. If you have 1,500 drip balance, that's $960. As of yesterday, today's the first on my video, but we had an all-time high of 92 cents. Can show you that so you don't think I'm making these numbers up. Right here, right? 92 cents, 93. Should change that. 93 cents on the first, right? So your wallet balance right there would have been $1,380 from the coordinated group community effort of sacrificing drip. So right there, doesn't matter if anybody's selling or not, because sales did happen in here. You benefited even if you didn't participate, right? So everyone benefited from this pump. So yes, some benefited more than others. And if you didn't sell or whatever the case may be, you didn't get to realize those profits, but this did extend the runway because your percentage increase was 44%. That ain't bad over 5 days. 44% increase on the native DEX. Now, let's say you did participate, and what would that look like? How much of that would have cost you? So what I did is, instead of looking at it as actually purchasing new drip, remember I mentioned on my page that I am all about supporting community efforts where it doesn't require you to put in new fresh capital. Now, one of the other content creators said that this doesn't make any sense to actually claim your drip and then send it to the tax vault. And I will argue that it does make sense, because if you don't have any fresh capital, but you still want to participate, what ends up happening, remember, this number isn't truly being reflected anywhere besides here on the dashboard. Once you hit claim, that's when the tax vault will pay you out. Tax vault will pay you out dividends, and a portion of that goes back to the vault, that 10% from the claim, right? So you're benefiting because you're getting claimed or hit twice on the taxes, and then you are putting that capital back in. So it's not the best way, like Ray said, but that is way number 2 in which you can participate. And this is what your total would have cost you in unrealized losses. So you would have claimed 15 drip on the 27th, and another 15 on the 30th. And the reason I did this is because, remember, on my video, I said 5 drip per day per person. So Ray was saying a lot less. So it'd be even cheaper if you had done Ray's way, because you would have just bought 1 drip, or maybe you would have bought like 5 on day 1 for $3.20 or whatever, right? Anyway, this shows you the net unrealized losses, because what you did is you claimed, and then for 5 days, for 1 day, you would have sent 5 on the 27th, then 28th, 29th, then you would have claimed again on the 30th. And this is the total. So this is what it would have cost you with gas. So I actually multiplied this sum times 7 actual transactions on the blockchain at 25 cents, because that's what I saw it was for me. And that comes out to $23.65 that you sacrifice to the contract over 5 days. Now, how quickly can you get that back? So let's see what happens. Well, if you, right now, at today's price, it's 89 cents. So if you did your claim and sold, you would have $13.35. This is not taking out the taxes, just doing simple math, 15 times 89. And then you could do it again tomorrow. And I'm forecasting that it'll be 85 cents and it'd be $12.75. And you would have still balanced out. You would have made out from your sacrifice. So arguably, to answer the question, are the whales dumping on us, or is this a coordinated attack or whatever? The answer is actually, I don't know. And nor, I'll be honest, I don't think it is. And I could care less if it is or isn't, because again, everybody benefits from this due to a very small contribution on each individual's part. And I'm showing you how it actually affects your bag personally, right? And I can look at my numbers, which I ran today. On 29 January, my drip value was $6,000. Today, it is nearly $9,000. This pump clearly helped support my drip price. This got me back to my pre-January 7th day prices when drip was sitting at $1.50 almost on January 6th. So, and that's due to the power of compounding and hydrating or whatever. So I've increased from 7,000 drip to now 9,000 drips since then. But even just because we got a little 44% increase, I have my TVL basically has increased as well. So long story short, one, you wouldn't have gotten wrecked. You would have actually benefited from this, even if you had bought the drip. So to answer the question that you're just someone else throwing away money, that's not true, because your value goes up like I'm showing you here. So you're not throwing away money. You're actually contributing to the price increase, especially if you did it the way Ray recommended, which was buying it off of the floor and then sending it to the tax vault. And what I said on my channel, just to show you that it does still work, I said if you don't have that money or you're not looking at buying more, then instead just sacrifice your own. And this is what it would have cost you in unrealized losses. And then you could actually realize the gains by 2 days of sales if you had a 1,500 drip wallet. Long story short, this will give us a longer runway for Forex to deliver on other utilities. The higher the price is while we wait for these utilities, then the longer it takes to get back down to those detrimental low levels that we just saw. And this is showing the resilience of the community and what we can actually do. So this little project that Ray put together, so shouts out to Ray, that pumped 300 some odd thousand into the 350,000 in about 5 days into the vault. Technically, according to this, it's actually just like 3 days. Yeah, 2 days, shit. So I have my numbers way messed up. So this was actually just in 2 days, 27th through the 29th. So you wouldn't even lost any of this that I just made. So it wasn't even 5 days worth of claims. It was literally like 2 days. So everybody would have benefited from this. And again, it doesn't matter if the whales are capitalizing and selling their drip, because again, the whales are still supporting the effing project. They still are some of the largest bag holders and have not dumped on the market. Even if they're selling behind the scenes, a couple hundred drip, 200 drip, 300 drip, whatever, with every 10, 20 cent price pump that we get. I showed you guys the max wallet damage right now is $170 a day. So even if a whale has 4 or 5 max freaking wallets, that's $500 at these prices. It's a small price to pay for the entire community to see these benefits and see the runway extended, and for us to be able to actually carry this project out long term. So wrapping this up, what I plan to do is I'm going to do a team challenge for all of my subscribers and viewers. I'm going to put that together in another video, but I'm going to be supporting this drip sacrifice. I'm showing you guys the numbers. The proof is in the pudding. The numbers don't lie. You can see it for yourself on the blockchain. And my numbers for my personal tracking sheet has benefited from this. So I want to definitely be a part of this because it helps me win in the long run as well. And since you guys watch me, I want you guys to participate as well, because I'm showing you that it does indeed help, and every little bit helps. So I would recommend, if you have the capital on the sidelines, or maybe take it from your drip BUSD, I'm sorry, not your pig pin injections, maybe you got $1 sitting there or something like that. That would be the best way. But if you want to put in fresh capital, of course, the best thing you can do for yourself, if you're bullish on the project, is take that fresh capital and actually buy the drip and increase your personal faucet. But if you want to be a part of this sacrifice, which there are some other bonuses coming out. DeFi Proof is giving away some NFTs and stuff, and I'm going to do a challenge with this. I'm going to put that together, like I said, later on this week, so you can participate in that. But I do believe it does add some actual stability and bullish sentiment in the community. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys found that helpful. Watch out for the FUDders. They usually just throw out some nonsense and don't back it up with any kinds of facts. They just kind of, they ironically, they say that we in the drip community are in an echo chamber, but some of them also are in an echo chamber and don't look things up. So I just showed you guys the numbers. The truth is there. One person, you know, making 1 drip per day sacrifice, and the entire community rallying behind that. What one person will not be exit liquidity because the entire community rises together. So I think it's bullish. I support it. Shouts out to Ray putting it together. Shouts out to the other content creators and whales out there that are supporting this. So until next time, guys, live daily and achieve your impossible. Smash that show special. Help a brother out with a like, comment, subscribe down below, and I will see you next time.